Okay, everyone. Whoops, there we go. Let me get the comments loaded in. Welcome if you're here a little bit early. I know I just made it just in time. 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. I had the video set up, but I closed it for just a minute to copy something. And when I went to start it just now, it decided that I had to create a new, video, whatever. So that's what I had to do. So I'll have to go back and adjust. And I see I've got some shadows on my page. All right, welcome everyone. If you are joining me for the first time, if you're on YouTube, welcome. Make sure that you subscribe and click that bell to be notified each time I upload a video. And for those of you that are in my VIP group, welcome. And we're going to get started here in just a few minutes. I'm trying to get myself organized. Imagine that. And my shirt keeps falling off my shoulders, so bear with me. All right, so when you come on, if you don't mind, Facebook group, if you'll put your name in the comments when you make your comment, that would be great. YouTube, you don't need to do that because they will automatically show me your name. But because I'm streaming to a private VIP group, it does not show your name. So we'll give it till about, hi Hilda, how are you? So we'll give it a couple of minutes. It's right at 12 o'clock, and we'll give everybody about 2 to 3 minutes to get on. And if they're not here, then we are just going to start without them. And I just cleaned off my craft mat, but I still feel like I've got goo all over it. So, have you watched before, Hilda? I'm trying to find my, is that it? I can't find it now. I'm going to try to clean my goo off. Hello? Is that Karen Jo that says hello, hello, hello? I'm cleaning off I thought I had got it with my goo gone, but apparently that didn't work. So I am going to try to scrub I got some glue dots on my glass mat, and they don't want to come off. So I might have to put some spray on here. So how's everybody? We're having a decent day here in Fort Myers, which is shocking. Without any, not a lot of wind. Sorry if you hear the squeaking noise. I'm trying to clean the glue off my glass mat. So we're gonna give it another minute. We'll give it another 2 minutes, and then we'll get started. So, okay, so you've been here before. Okay, well, welcome. Glad you're here. We're going to do something fun today. I'm bringing back the oldies but goodies. I think they're oldie because I don't do them in a long time. So I consider that an oldie. I guess I shouldn't say that. It's something we can use all year round. We're going to do a gift bag that holds a card. And I'm kind of like running at the last minute. We're getting ready to go out of town. We're leaving Monday. The airport transportation's picking us up at 3:30 in the morning for a 5:30 flight. And we're going to Cabo, which is fine. We're going to be gone for 2 weeks, so I've been busy trying to get stuff pre-recorded for you guys and other stuff done that I need to do before I leave. I mean, I'll have internet access, so I may come live one day from the swimming pool. Who knows? I might have a cocktail in my hand. We'll see. What's up? Are you getting those comments? Yes, I'm getting comments from Facebook. Are you, yes. Are you getting those comments? I'm getting comments on Facebook. Whoever said hello, hello, and then the comment. And I am also seeing those that sign in on Facebook. Now, those people on, either way, YouTube or our Facebook group, if they don't want to comment or use their name, they don't have to. So that's fine. But I just like to know who's watching, and that's okay. If you don't want to share with me, that's all right. No problems whatsoever. But I am seeing comments, so that's good. I just don't know who's posting because Facebook does not give me your name. We'll put it that way. because it's a private group, so it doesn't give me your name and you would have to post it in there. But if you don't want to, that's fine. I'll talk to anybody. So, but I've been busy trying to get everything done before I leave because I want to make sure that you all don't miss me while I'm gone. So I've got, so far I have our next Tuesday, the 9th video, and the 16th are, I'm reusing older content that you all have not seen before. So that is good. And then I've got a, our creation anticipation, I think is Saturday the 13th, and I've got that ready to go. That is a one sheet wonder. I love one sheet wonders. Actually, I'm putting together a membership. I had one several years ago, and I'm revamping it. So I'm working on that. So hopefully I can get that done in the next 2 months, I'm hoping. And then I just put out, if you haven't seen on YouTube, you probably haven't, but if you're on Facebook, if you're not part of my group, you might want to join it, or my Facebook page. Both are located at Shall We Stamp. The live one is VIP, I think, what it's under. I'm going to be doing my usual, when a new catalog comes out, I'm doing a, oh, is that you, Phyllis? Gonna call me later? That's fine. Hi, Idaho. So I'll be offering a paper and ribbon share and an in color club. So if that's something you're interested, I did post that on the page as well as the VIP group. You can do paper only, ribbon, or paper and ribbon. I don't think I listed it. If you just want the ribbon, let me know. I'll have to reprice it. I don't think I did the ribbon without it being part of the paper. I know, maybe I did. Anyways. If you have any questions, I put a link on there so y'all can get the information and take a look at it. I'll send invoices out at the end of April. I think it's the 27th. Then that way I can get everybody's orders in, their money in, paid for it. Then I can go ahead and order the paper, ribbons, and whatever else. So the In Color Club is nice because we've got 5 new in colors. So it runs for 5 months, and each month you'll get 1 in color with everything that coordinates, and that's listed in there as well. And then the paper share is just the listing of the new papers, the ones that carried over. I'm not including those. And then the ribbons, I've got those listed in there as well. So if that's something you're interested in, take a look at it, and then you can go ahead and sign up. It's a Google form, and the link will take you right to that form. So, okay. All right, well, let me go ahead and introduce myself, and let's get started, because I know y'all got things to do. It's Friday. I'm going to move my camera over just a little bit. I am Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I've been doing this for 12 years, and I live in Fort Myers, Florida, and we've been here, it'll be 2 years in June, believe it or not. We got here just in time for the hurricanes. Anyways, and the weather is nice today, and I will be leaving Monday late, well, I guess you could call it early Tuesday morning to go to Cabo for 2 weeks. So I may pop on from Cabo, who knows, we'll see. And but I do have things pre-scheduled for you all, so I've been busy trying to get all of that done. All right, so what we're going to do today is I am going to show you, hi Judy from Ohio, I'm going to show you how to make a gift bag if you don't know how to make one. And it's also going to have a holder to put your greeting card in, which can coordinate with your gift bag. So we're going to use 2 sheets of pattern paper, and of course we're using our designer series paper, which is 2-sided. So let me go ahead and flip the camera down, and we'll go ahead and get started. So let me flip the camera to my desktop, and give me just a minute. I'm going to adjust the camera because I do see shadows on here. And I've got lights on, so I'm not sure. Hang on, give me just a second. I got one behind me, and I'm not sure if that's the one or, hang on a minute. Let me see if I can adjust the one behind me. Let me see. Let me turn the brightness down a little bit. I don't think that helps. No. We're going to go up on the brightness. Hang on. I think we got him bright. All right, well, we're going to go with that. Hopefully the shadows aren't too bothersome. Let me, hang on 1 minute. I'm going to turn this one off and then turn it back on so it comes on bright. Okay, there we go. All right. So this is, whoopsie. All right, so this is the bag. I should have showed this to you. This is a bag that I created. This is 12 by 12, and we're gonna score it, and I'll give you the dimensions in just a moment. And it is actually, I think it's 8, yeah, I wanna say it's 8 inches high and 2 inches across. This is gonna hold quite a bit in here. You can put a t-shirt in here. You can put all sorts of goodies. And then we're gonna add this little piece right here, which we're gonna cut into, we're gonna make a little hanger for it. And then you're gonna create your greeting card. It's best if you do it at 4 1/4 by 11 because it will hang a little bit easier. And then you just decorate your your card, and place it right there. And that way you've got your card with your envelope. Now, I could have made the card with this paper, but I have used it all up, so I didn't have enough to put it on the front. But you can do whatever you want, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna take two 12 by 12 sheets of pattern paper, and we're gonna score them. And I wanna look at how I'm gonna do this here, because once I fold it, okay, so I'll need to know which one's gonna be my front. Okay, so we're gonna take, and this is from, I think it's the Electric, it's one of those paper packs that we had this past year. I think it came like 48, 12 by, it came with, I think it was 48 sheets. It's a lot of sheets of paper. But anyways, I'm using that because it helps. The nice thing about this is if you are a paper, I don't want to say a hoarder, but if you're like me, we tend to have a lot of paper that we don't end up using, right? So we're going to, this helps to use up that paper, and that's the nice thing about that. So 2 sheets of coordinating 12 by 12, and we are going to score all 4 sides at 2 inches. This is really an easy card. I mean, an easy bag to make. And I just realized I got to get my hole puncher. So we're going to do 2 inches on each side. So we're going to do that on all 4 sides, and we're going to do that on both sheets of paper. We're going to cut one a little different than the other. So just let me go ahead and get my scoring done on this one, and I'll get up and get my hole puncher when we get ready. And there's several ways that we can do that. Actually, you know, I'm a little, I guess I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, I'm a little disorganized today. I didn't bring the ribbon over either, but I'll grab that in just a minute too. So when I get up to get the hole puncher, then I will get the ribbon. All right, so 2 inches on both sides, all right? Now let's go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll do our cutting. And I don't know, I don't know if your paper trimmer scoring tool is strong enough to go through 2 sheets of paper. I'm not going to take the chance. I don't know if it will or not. I think mine need to be replaced anyways, because I think they're starting to dull out. So I'm just going to go around each sheet and do it at 2 inches, individual papers. It's just a little bit easier that way, and that way you know it's done. So, and then again, this, you know, use whatever paper you have. You can make this bag for any occasion. I mean, just think of it: birthdays, graduations, weddings, and baby shower, whatever, you know. And you just go for it. Okay, so on my first sheet, I'm going to let me fold on my lines. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece here, because I'm going to turn this piece back. This is going to be our flap. So you want to make sure whatever the design is on the back side is going to, and that will look fine, because my fruit is going to be looking like it's going down. Can you see that? Let me put it up like this. Ooh, let me get to the camera. Hold on. How do I get to the camera? Right here. All right, so I've got it so it's facing down, okay? So I'm going to fold that back. Then we're just going to fold all the sides, and then we're going to do a little bit of cutting, okay? And this is pretty easy. So we're going to cut. All right, so we're going to cut off. This is my top. I'm going to cut off these corners here. So I'm going to bring in my paper snips, and just cut up to the score line is all you want to do, and then remove that corner. And what we're going to do, I'm going to cut this off first, and then I'm going to angle it, because that's what's going to go on the front. Now, if you have that little piece of the score line that kind of gets in the way, you can just trim that off a little bit. That's going to come off anyway, so I'm not sure why I'm messing with it, because we're going to cut this at an angle so it looks pretty on our bag front. So we're going to cut off these top squares. All right. And then, get that off of there. And I'm going to angle that one too in just a minute. And then this one, we're going to cut these off. The bottom squares, these are going to get cut off. So I'm cutting right on the outside of that little score line. So it just, we don't have any of that in the way. So I'm just going to remove this one. And then we're going to remove this square. So I'm going to bring this over and cut that. And we're going to use our tear and tape. But be careful, because I'll tell you what I did yesterday. Because, you know, once you touch the tear and tape, that's it. You cannot, and then you got 4 squares you can use for something else. You could actually use these if you wanted to make your card. You can place this on the card and do some, whatever you wanted to do with these little 4 squares. Okay, so the tear and tape, I will tell you, I went through 4 sheets of pattern paper because I kept, when I went to stick it down, it stuck to my paper, which was not good, okay? All right, so this is the one that I want to fold down, and I'm going to angle this because I've got my fruit, so I can look, so it makes it look like it's right. It's not going out of, going upside down. So all I'm going to do is just angle this. So I'm just going to cut in, and I'm not cutting very much off. I'm just going to cut in just a little bit, and I do that on both sides. So you can adjust how much you want to cut. I'm just moving it over. It might be 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch. I'm not sure. It's not much. But I just want to give it a nice little look when we fold it down, okay? So when we fold it, that's what the bag's going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and put some tear and tape right here. So let me get in and put this here. I'm going to put 2 strips down. So this is going to make your inside of your bag is going to be 8 inches, right? Because we did 2 on each side, which is 4. So that's going to be an 8-inch size bag, which is a pretty good size bag, actually. So I'm going to put that there. And that. And then I'm going to, I'm debating here. Let me see. Let me fold these up because I think I have them going yet. Yeah, because this is going to go this way. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to tear this off, and then we'll put our tape on the other side. Give me just a second. So I'm going to remove this tape here, and you can take your pick tool. I don't know. I tend to use my scissors, my paper snips. All right, so I'm going to fold that down, and then that's going to be the front, and we'll do the same thing on the other paper. So that's going to be the front and the back of the bag is what it's going to look like. Okay, now we're going to. Let me think about this for a second because I don't want to get myself confused. I'm going to trim these just a tad so that when it closes, it's not going to bulk up when we go to fold it over. So I'm just going to trim just a hair off. It's not going to be much, okay? That way when we get all of this folded in, we'll be able to fold these and that won't be a problem. So now I'm going to add, let me think about this. Let's add our tear and tape to here. So I'm going to put the tear and tape on these 2 sides. All right, so I'm going to put one out on the outer side, and then we'll put another one on the inside. Now we're not going to tear this apart until we're ready to put the bag together. All right. But this is such a, you know, we always forget what we can do. You know, I know you can go to the dollar store and buy, you know, gift bags for $1, but why would you want to do that when you can use up the paper that you have and create a personalized one, right? So you can make your own, and that's the nice thing about it. All right, so we're going to rip that off there, and then we'll put another one towards the top on here, and then we'll tear that. All right. Now I'm not going to do anything with this one yet. So, okay, so there's that piece. That's going to be one side. Now I'm going to bring in the other one, and we're going to fold our pieces again, and I'm going to do the same thing with the top. So I'm going to find the fruit that's going to hang down and look like it's right side up, which means it's going to be this one right here. So I'm going to fold this one over, and that's going to be my top of the paper there. So we're going to remove these 2 squares as well. So I'm going to do just the same thing that I did before. So we're going to take these off. The top two will come off of both pieces of paper, okay? Both sheets of your pattern paper. All right, whoopsie. And, okay. And now we're going to do the same thing. I have to do it this way to trim it because every time I was doing it, I was cutting it the wrong way. It was looking goofy. So again, I'm going to trim up my sides here just to give it that angle so it looks pretty on the front and back of the bag. And then we'll do the same thing over here. And again, just eyeball how much you want your angle to be. All right, so it's up to you. So now we actually have 6 of these squares that we could use to make our card if we want to do that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and fold this over, and we've got our same angle. So I'm going to go ahead and add our tear tape to this part, and let's get that part done, and then we'll work on the bottom piece. So let's go ahead and add this to our paper to the top, and then, you know, I like tear and tape, but my gosh, I tell you, once you grab it, you cannot, because the reason I had to throw the 2 away from yesterday is it got stuck, and then when I tried to pull it off, it tore the bags. That was a waste, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and peel this off and fold this over so we have a coordinating look to our bag, front and back. Okay, so that's that. All right, now this one, we're going to cut up on the side here, and we're going to keep the flap though. So we want to cut up here, and I'm going to angle this one just a little bit. Actually, let me do this one because I think this is the one that's going to have more. Let me just trim this off just a tad because it's going to fold in. So I'm just going to trim that off just a little bit there, okay? Because when it's going to fold like that, okay? All right, so we'll do the same thing. We'll cut this one off. Or not cut it off, but cut up. And then again, I'm going to, hold on. I have to move the paper out of the way. Then I'm going to cut this piece right here just a little, just enough so that it doesn't block us from closing our bag, okay? All right, so what's going to happen is this now is going to fold into here, okay? And then we're going to add our, this bag will go inside like that, okay? So we've got our tear and tape. So what we'll do is I put this on the outside. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach it to this side here. Just to give you an idea, this piece is going to not get attached. So once I do that, like that, that is then going to allow me to open it, and we'll have our side of the bag, okay? Because this is going to fold, and it will go like that. Sorry, it's going to fold like that, so that when we open it, then we have our bag, but this will go on the inside. And then we'll have the side of our bag, okay? So, oh, I messed it up. Well, no, that's all right. We'll do it this way. That'll work. So we're going to do it like that, glue it, tear the tape off and adhere it. And then we've got, I should have put the tape, just to let you know, put the tape on the second page, because that way, this thing goes all the way down, so it hides that whole seam thing. Now the way I've done it, you're going to have a little seam here, but I think that's going to be fine. So let's go ahead and get that done, and then we'll add our tear and tape once we get, let me see which one, how we want to do this, since that's going to go that way. All right, hang on a minute. So we're going to lay this in here, and we're going to have this one fold over. So this will fold over here. Yeah, see, that would have kept this looking a lot cleaner. So that was my mistake. I could leave that like that, but I don't know if anybody's going to see that tape on the inside of the bag. If I do it like this, it's going to fold, but they may not see it. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to put the glue on this one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on this side. Okay, I'm changing up. So we're going to let that go. If I give it to somebody, they'll know. All right, so the plan is this is going to get folded down, and then this is going to go. So we want to put our tape on here. See, I told you I was going to mess this up. But it's okay. I don't think anybody's going to look inside the bag. I'll just use this as my sample. And I could always send it to my best friend because she probably wouldn't care. But I'll just use this one as a sample to go forward that people can see how you can make a bag, right? Okay, so we're going to put it there, and then we're going to put it on this side as well. And the reason being is because we got those tabs on there, so it gives it a nicer look. It really cleans up the look itself. So we'll just go that way. It'll be fine. And then we'll tape this down. So all I can say is when we start putting it down with the tear and tape, just be mindful that you've got tape and it's going to start sticking to everything, okay? So we're going to take, I'm flipping it over. So this is the side that we want to go on this side. So we're going to glue it like that, and then that's going to open up and be, and we can even lay it flat. Might be easier. That way you can see how it needs to go. All right, so let's go ahead and take off the backing of our tear and tape. Welcome, everybody. All right, so let's try to stay inside the camera. I've turned the air conditioner up a little bit so it wouldn't be running because it's so noisy, but now I'm about to sweat to death. Okay, so I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to hold this. Bear with me, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to flip it around. I want to make sure, I'm going to fold this back a little bit, because I want to make sure I get this on here without it sticking before I need it to stick, so just bear with me. This is the part that you want to be really careful with, because you don't want to go over your score line. So I want to try to make sure I've got this all butted up at the top, and then we want to just slowly bring it down towards the seam, just like that, okay? And then there is our side of our bag, okay? So now we'll do the other side. So we're gonna take the tape off of this one, because that's where I messed it up, and then we're gonna lay it flat, and then we'll put the bottom of the box together, and I'll add the glue to that once we get that off. So bear with me 1 minute. Let me get this off of here. All right. Okie doke. All right, so now we're going to fold this one over. This should be pretty easy. I'm going to fold this back so we don't get glue on anything yet. So now once we've got it flat, this should just fold right. It should just do its thing, right? So let me just make sure we got it down. And there we go. All right, so there is our bag, or you could call it, if you want to make it a box, you can make it a box, but okay. So now we have the bottom that we need to close up. So I'm going to, all right, so I've got both of the back of my bag. This is going to be my back because I have both sides going one direction, so you'll have the little ridge. So then what I want to do is I'm going to make, this is the back of the bag. So I want this to fold in, the top, this part to fold in, so that when I fold the flap up, this is all against the back, okay? So I'm going to put tear and tape on this piece right here, and then we'll close up our bag. So bear with me. You could have put this on before, but I wanted to make sure before I did. So let me get this down. So you want to make sure you put all sides, you know, your edges are going to go to the same back, so that would be the back of the bag. And then when you flip up your bottom flap, you want that going towards the back as well. So that way the front of the bag is free of anything that, you know, doesn't show any seams or anything like that. All right. So let's go ahead and peel this off. And then I am going to, after I do this, I'm going to get up and get the hole puncher, which I forgot, and my ribbon. So just let me do this first, and then just give me about 30 seconds, I guess. I wasn't thinking. I took the dog out for a walk and then came back in and got sidetracked. So, all right, and then all we want to do is fold this up and make sure our sides are lined up and it's even. And there we go. There is our bag. So there's the bag. This is going to be the front of the bag. You can see, I don't know if y'all can see, but there's the seams right here. So I'm going to push those down just so they And then we've got our nice little little decorated top. Isn't that pretty? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me go grab my hole puncher and the ribbon. Bear with me a minute. Gotta get the right drawer here. And you can use whatever you would like. Hang on a minute. Let me get my, ooh, I'm sweating like a, let's see. Let me get some ribbon. Ooh, let's go with this one. I think this one might be, I think might be retired, but that's okay. All right. Now you can do one of two things. I have a stapler. It's a Stampin' Up! One, but for whatever reason it's not working. So you could actually staple, if you want, you could staple your ribbon to the outside and then tie a knot, and then that knot would cover up the staple. I'm going to go ahead and just use some of the, what is this? The gold trimmed white, what is it called? Metallic? Yeah, metallic edged ribbon. And I know we have it in silver. I think the gold is retired, but I think it will go pretty with the yellow, the daffodil. All right, and if you want to get technical, which I guess we could, let me grab a pencil. I thought I had one over here. We're going to mark, I'm going to try to do this. Here's a pen. I'm going to make a mark on the bag so I can try to get my holes somewhat. Usually I just eyeball this stuff, but I'm going to try to do it so it's not eyeballed. All right, I'm going to hold my ruler. I'm going to bring in my hole about an 1.5 inches in for my bag. And then I'm going to come 1.5 inches from this edge. And I'm measuring it from the top, trying to get over 1.5 inches. And then I'm just marking the hole, whoopsie, right at the bottom of my ruler. And that's where I'm going to poke my holes. And I'll do the same thing on this side. So let's get that over here. So we're going to mark. This is just however you want to put your ribbon on here. This, normally I'd eyeball this, but I know some of you guys are a little bit more of a perfectionist. So I'm going to measure. All right. So I'm doing 1.5 inches from each end. Okay. And I'm going to take my hole puncher, and hopefully this guy will work. So I'm just going to put the hole puncher in and line it up where I put that dot. Now this part you probably will not be able to see, so just bear with me. I've got it lined in my hole. So we'll just, let me get him straight, pop that down. Yeah, this guy is, I don't know why, even my husband helped me with it, and he was getting, see how it doesn't come off, so I'll just cut that. And it's a little, I probably need to break down and buy a new one. All right, so we're going to do that one there. Not sure what it is. It's not the two papers, because yesterday I did it, and I'll just trim those off. And then we'll do the same thing here. All right, so let's try this way. Let's see if it does it with that. No, it's not. Hang on. Nope, let me turn it this way because I can see the hole. I want to be able to see my, the little thing, okay? All right, so let's try that one, see if that works in well. Nah, that's all right. It's cutting it. Hang on a minute. He's cutting. I don't know if y'all have hole punchers like this that don't want to cooperate. It's a little irritating, don't you think? All right, let's try this again. I've got him in the let me try it this way. Bear with me a second. I just want to see if I can get it to, all right, we'll go with that one. I'm going to cut that out. All right, give me a minute. I know, it's tools, right? So let's line that up right about there. I think that will work. All right, now that one sounded like it went through. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to trim this out. And our ribbon will hide the little piece on the side, but that's all right. We'll get rid of that. Just poke it in. And it's going through, 2 sheets of paper, so, but that's okay. Not to make an excuse. But we'll get it cut. And that, and then we'll do this side here. So if you have a good hole puncher, then this is not going to be a problem. I think that hole puncher there is probably 10 years old. Maybe they get dull after a while. Probably should get them sharpened up or something. I don't even know if you can do that. Okay, so I've got my holes in there, and hopefully they're lined up. They should be. And then I'm just going to take some ribbon, probably 20 inches or so. I'm going to, and I probably could have used a smaller. This was a 1/4 inch. I probably should have used a little bit smaller. smaller one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this through and tie a knot, and then I'll tape that down. So let me just go ahead and do that. All right, so let's get that. I'm going to leave a little bit. I'm not going to pull it real tight because I want to be able to have it hold in there. And then I'll just tape it down. Grab my tape real quick. Can you tell I'm, there we go. Oh, I forgot I got to put birthday cards in the mail. It's April, it's birthday month, and I'm just going to get an idea. I'm just going to eyeball how much I think I need for a handle. So I am going to just cut probably about this much off, right about here. I didn't bring my ribbon scissors over, but that's all right. All right, so we'll go ahead and tie another knot and put that through there and tie a knot, and then I'm going to tape these down so they don't escape. And then once you put your tissue paper in here and everything, no one's going to see any of this, right? And you may have another way that you adhere your ribbon when you make bags. So whatever it is that works for you is fine. All right, so I'm going to pull that in, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of Scotch tape. And I know y'all can't see this, but I'm just going to lay the piece of ribbon that's past the knot, and I'm just going to lay it down towards the bottom of the bag, and I'm just going to put a piece of Scotch tape over that to hold it so the ribbon doesn't come through, right? And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So I've got that on that side. All right, so we have one right now. All right, so I've got a pretty good size handle. And now we'll do the next one. And then we'll do our card, and I'll show you how that's going to work. So we're going to feed it through. If I can get my fingers in there. All right, whoopsie. All right, hang on. There we go. I get the ribbon going first. All right, so let me tie a knot to this one. Okay. So it's chilly in Wisconsin, huh? Well, I think it's 76 degrees here today. So that's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to pull that one down. I'm going to go ahead and tape this one. You pull it up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and tape this one down. While I'm in here, I might as well do it. So let's tape that down, and then we'll bring up our ribbon. Try to get it the same amount. I think that's going to work about like that. So let me cut this down. Whoopsie. See how easy this is to make this bag? I mean, it really is such an easy, and there's so many, I mean, you know, so many reasons you can have gift bags, right? So let's tie our knot. I mean, everything and anything, and just, you know, with Christmas, the holidays, you can use your holiday paper to make gift bags that way. Birthdays, anniversaries, any kind of celebration, graduation, all sorts of things. All right, so let me, hang on a minute, this one is, there we go. I just want to get enough room where I can tie, all right, so let me tape this side down. All right, and then we are good to go. Let me tape that. I think that's good. And that's what you're going to, I don't know if y'all can see the inside. Let's see. Let me get it right there. So you can barely see that. Once we put the tissue paper in there, you're not going to be able to see that. So there's our bag with our ribbon, and then you just twist it and get it where you need it to go. And if it's twisted, then we just readjust it inside because we can twist it around. Okay. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, okay, now this is the front of my bag because this is where my seams are. So this is the part we want to decorate. So we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and I am going to cut, what did I do with my cardstock? Oh, hang on, you know what I did? I put it back away thinking I had too much out. I wasn't thinking. All right, here we go. We're going to cut a piece that's going to be, this one, I'll use this one because this is my card. We are going to cut it, I think I'm going to make it 5.5 inches, and we're going to do it by 2. So 5.5 by 2. I'm going to set the bag off to the side for just a minute, and I'm going to come in and cut 5.5 inches. So it's going to be 5.5, and then I'm going to make it at 2. You can make it as wide or as long as you want, depending on the bag. All right, so we're going to do 5.5 by 2. And then what you want to do is you want to take a label punch. So like, let me show you. The one that, I never get rid of these because I always use them for this reason. And this is the, hang on, where did my label go? Oh, my stamp's sitting on it. You want some type of a punch that's going to do a straight line, you know, kind of across, like a label punch or signature or whatever, okay? So what I'm going to do, and you can make this bigger if you wanted. I mean, this could be a lot bigger. I'm just going to put this in here, and I'm going to get it. Now, you could make this probably 3.5 to 4 inches, and then you could just push this in and get right into the center. But I'm going to line this up to the edge, and I'm going to just eyeball where I think the center is, because you know that's how I work. That's how I roll. So I've got my finger with the paper right up against the edge. So I'm going to punch that, and then all I'm going to do now is move my paper through the punch and keep it lined up. Let me look at it before I show y'all. I'm going to move it down, and then I think that's pretty close. Hang on. Or if you have, you know, you could do this through your die cutting machine. All right, so I think that's pretty close. All right, so I'm going to punch that again. And then we're going to do the last side. I'm going to hold it again right against the edge. And I'm going to line up my paper. And I'm going to try to push this down. I'm trying to do this without putting my head in the window here. All right, hang on. Let me make sure. I think that's good. This might be just a hair off. Let me see if I can shift it. There we go. Whoops, hang on. All right, so you want to get it lined up and then punch it. And then there is our opening for our card, okay? All right, so now we're going to take that. We want to make sure we're at the front of our box, which we are, our bag. And then we're going to add this right underneath our top of the bag. So I'm just going to add, and you can have it with the long part up. I'll probably put the higher piece up here, because that way it's not going to show. So I'm just going to add some adhesive. If you only want to do the top piece, right? So we're only going to add adhesive to the top. The bottom we don't want to adhere because we got to be able to get our card in and out, right? So we're going to add our adhesive. I'm doing it on the piece that's a little bit thicker right here, depth-wise. And we're going to put it right there. Hopefully that's somewhat centered. And I'll just push that down on there. All right, and then now we'll make a card. So I'm using a piece. Now this paper is petal pink. So I'm using a piece of the petal pink cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 11, which I recommend that you make your card using it that way. That way it's going to hang very nicely. So let's go ahead and get that on there. Bring my craft mat in. Now I'm going to, again, this is part of that paper that's, excuse me, my nose is itching. Part of the same paper package. I'm going to use the dots on here only because it kind of coordinates with the yellow in the flowers. You can, you know, again, decorate it how you want to decorate it. I've got glue all over everything. All right, so I'm going to, those are pretty, but that would be kind of, it would kind of clash, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to put that on here. And then I'm going to make this a birthday card, and I'm going to use a sentiment that's retired, and I know that's a no-no, but that's what I'm going to do because I didn't have time to, no, I don't want to say I didn't have time because I knew I was doing this. I just like this stamp set, actually. It's the Best Day stamp set where it's got the cat and the birthday. I just love this, and I think it makes a good, a nice stamp for birthdays. All right, so we're going to just, I'm going to stamp that in Memento Black, and then we're going to color the inside. And I'm just going to take my, because it's a bigger stamp, I always recommend you put your ink pad on top of it, and then you can see where you need more ink. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And I've already cut this down to the size that I need. Let me get up here. And I'll tell you that, I think it's 3 by 3.5, but I'll tell you that in just a minute. So let me get in here and push that down. Okay. And this is Yeah, 3 by 3.5 is what I'm using. All right, so now I'm going to do some quick coloring. Oh, I forgot to bring in my silver so I can make it a silver tray. Hang on a second. Let me grab the smoky slate. Good thing it's right here close. All I have to do is stand up and grab it. All right, I'm going to do some quick coloring, and then we'll be done. I probably could have done this so that y'all didn't have to watch me color, but let's see if we can use the fat tip. I think this one's a, all right, this one I can do. I try, sometimes I've used the fat tip where it, the bigger tip, and it tends to be worn out. So we'll do that, and then I'm just going to do some quick coloring on here. And let's, since our cake is, or our bag has got the petal pink, I'm going to go ahead and just do the center right here. This little strip is going to be in petal pink. And again, you're going to color this whatever color you want. I don't know, I should have done that for this for my cake, shouldn't I? I could do this dark and then do the light, do the cake. Let's see what the dark is. Oh, this is the dark, that's the light. All right, and let's do our birthday. I'm going to do some petal pink, pool party, and daffodil delight. I'm going to do the, let me see what the dark looks like. Let me see. All right, we're going to use that on the dots. Let's do a light one on, we're going to color in the happy. And it really, you know, it's not going to matter. And let's do a P here. Okay. And I'm just grabbing colors. Obviously, you can tell it's going to be for a girl. It's kind of girlish looking. And this is pool party. We'll do that one here. And I think I'll pull in the dark petal pink, and we'll use that one again too. Might as well. All right, and then we'll just do some quick coloring. Well, let's do some light. Maybe we can make the cake. Yeah, let's make the cake like a light petal. Let me see if I've got, if I can use this pit, because most of these I use up. Nope. I think I just ordered Stampin' Blends, because of, you know how you use one all the time and then it gets used up, and then you got to order. So when you run out, you have to order the two. So you're going to have extras of the one color that you probably don't use that often. All right, so we're just going to make the cake petal pink, and then I'll come back and then do these little dots. And I guess we'll make the frosting a different color. Or maybe I should do it dark. Let's do it dark. Yeah, I like this daisy paper. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be retired. It's in my, I still have it in my rack, so I don't know if it's been retired or if it's current. I think it's going out, actually. I was looking at the catalog again this morning. If you're not a demonstrator, you'll be getting yours if you have a demonstrator. If you don't, let me know. Email me, message me, and I'll give me your name, address, email, and phone number, and I will put one in the mail to you. I will do that probably the last week of the month, or as soon as I get back in the catalog. I've already ordered my catalog, so they're going to be here when I get home. All right, so, but anyways, you can, I think we'll do some light, I think I'll do this light blue. I like the pool party. Is this light? Yeah. Anyway, so the catalog is a lot different than what it's been in the past. I like it. It doesn't have all the sections. It kind of does, but not laid out like what we're used to. You could go look at all the dies and all that. You can't see that. But it, I think it's great for people that are just starting out, and it does give you an idea of where the various things are in the book. It's going to take a little bit of work, you know, getting used to it, just like anything else. But when I get back and the catalog goes live for everybody, I'm going to do a walkthrough, so that way we can all, I'll be able to show you different things that I like, and we'll see what happens. And there, I'm just adding some dots just to kind of dress up. And let's do some dark flirty flamingo. And But anyway, so it's a little bit, change is always different, right? Change is always hard. I think I just colored over that one. Change is hard, but sometimes it's for the better. And I think in the big scheme of things, I really do believe that this is going to work out. I like the catalog. It's got some nice stamp sets in there. And what other color do we want? I guess we could add another. Let's do a light yellow. It's got some nice stamp sets. I've already made a list of what I'd like to order, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so there is my front of the card that I'm going to throw on here. Hello, whoever just joined, welcome. And I'm going to lay this flat on the card, so I'm just going to adhere this. Now, you can add some ribbon to it if you want to, but I'm going to keep this pretty basic. So we're just going to add this to the front of my card. And I just think that's cute. All right, and then we're going to I've got a piece that I cut off at the bottom. So we're going to add that to the inside of our card. We keep the inside decorated. And of course, don't forget, if you've got a lot of designer paper laying around, decorate the outside of your envelopes, and that helps to move that paper. So that's another way that you can use it up. So that's going to go right down there. And I'll add that to the inside of the card. That's why I like the Tombow, because it lets you move it a little bit. All right, so we're going to put that here. And then we will put our card on our bag. And we'll add some tissue paper to it to make it look all pretty. So there's our card. All right, so we did this at the 4 1/4 by 11, right? So we're going to just slide it. That's why you don't want to glue this down. We want to slide it in there. And that's how you're going to gift. And then here's our tissue paper. I'm going to turn the camera back around in just a second so y'all can see this. It'll probably be a lot easier to see it standing up. So bear with me a second. All right, so let's flip the camera back around. All right, so let me see how I can get to the camera. Now, isn't that pretty? So you've got your bag with your card. Now this one, it's hanging down a little bit, so I probably should have either cut this shorter or moved it up on here. But I think that's going to be fine. You could always put a little glue dot to hold it on there. But you just measure out how you want to do it. But isn't that cute? So this is an 8-inch bag, actually. So we use 2 pieces of 12 by 12 and just score it 2 inches all the way around. And there you go. Isn't that beautiful? And then here's the back. Whoops, let me get back in the camera. But see how pretty it is? You can put all sorts of stuff. This is a really good size bag, so I'm going to bring it back so y'all can see it. But isn't that nice? So you have a coordinating card, and then you can do this from home and not have to go shopping. So what do you think about that? Isn't that awesome? So I thought that's pretty cool, and then they'll just take that off. So again, you might want to cut this down a little bit, but I think it's fine. So that's the card, and then here's the other one that I made as my sample. So let me show you this one since you didn't get to see it. This one again is using, I think it's that, it was one of the papers that I had like for Valentine's Day. I think it's the Adore You or something paper. It's getting ready to retire, so I thought I might as well use it. All right, so that's the same thing we did with this one. It's gold and white on the outside, and then I just attached this with some pink paper that kind of somewhat coordinates. But isn't that cute? And then I used the bubble bath ribbon. All right, so there you go, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's always nice to be able to make our gift bags. It makes it a little bit more personal. And, you know, you can't go wrong with that. Actually, I just realized what I should have done. Instead of putting the higher piece up at the top, it should go at the bottom because that's going to make your card hang up higher. Okay, so see how this is the larger piece? That should flip it around so that's on the bottom. And had we done that, the card would have hung up a little bit nicer. So anyways, all right, there you go. I hope you all enjoyed this. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for taking time from your Friday afternoon to watch. And if you haven't already, visit my Shall We Stamp page. And I've got paper share information out, paper ribbon and in color club that is available. You can sign up for it, and then we'll collect the money towards the end of the month. And if you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like to get a catalog, I'd be more than happy to work with you. So just email, message me, Facebook me, whatever you got to do. Name, address, phone number, and email address. And if you'd like to be on my birthday list, Send me the month and date of your birthday, and I will add you to my list, and you'll get a birthday card from me. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. I might pop in here Monday, but most likely I'll be busy trying to get everything done at the last minute. So thanks again, and make sure you come back Tuesday evening because I've got a great video all ready for you to go. All right, everyone. Thanks again.